All right, so we're going to pick up again because now Oliver is behaving. What you guys are going to do here is like our spiral review, like we do in class, where you're going to ask and answer questions about the story we read. So every day this week, you're going to have your spiral review focusing on asking and answering questions. Okay. So Clara's uncle lived far away. She was getting on a train to visit him. She was excited to see him. She was also excited about riding the train. Clara ran to her seat. She smiled when she felt the train start to move. So now you're going to write a question that you can ask where the answer can be found in the text. So this is like Miss Peterson telling you guys in the past, you're the teacher. What's a question that you can ask that the reader can find the answer in the text? So you're going to write your answer here and look at your clue words: who, what, when, where, why, and how. So where is Clara going? Why is she excited? Why did she run to her seat? Then you're going to take the bar right here and you're going to move it over to cover your answer where you found your text evidence. And remember what I told you guys, you can use these little blue boxes to make it bigger or smaller. All right? Okay, so let's go back over here. Also this week, we're going to be focusing on main idea. Today, we're going to focus on identifying the main topic. So remember, behind me, we're going to review the main topic, okay? And that's 1 to 3 short phrases that's going to help lead us to the main idea. All right, so we are going to practice together. So here we see that Mrs. Peterson is going to do it with us. So we're going to read about grizzly bears and then we're going to answer the questions. So next slide. Grizzly bears. Do not be fooled by grizzly bears. They have fluffy, cute faces. However, grizzly bears are wild animals. They are much stronger than humans. People need to be careful in areas that have wild grizzly bears. I'll move that so you can see what the main topic is. Grizzly bears are omnivores. This means that they eat both plants and animals. They eat roots, berries, and leaves. They also eat meat. Grizzly bears have large, sharp teeth. They also have long, sharp claws. They use them to eat fish, deer, and elk. Grizzly bears live in the wild. They like forests and meadows. These bears prefer to live far away from humans. They need plenty of wild food. They also need space to hunt wild animals. Grizzly bears stay away from cities and towns. They did not want to be hunted. Now, guys, follow along. I'm on paragraph D. Do we need to worry about grizzly bear attacks? Probably not. Most people will never see a wild grizzly bear. It is best to not surprise a bear. It may attack to protect itself. They are wild, so we cannot predict what they will do. People who hike in areas with grizzly bears should talk loudly while walking. This warns any bears nearby to move away from humans. If you ever see a grizzly in the wild, do not panic. Move away slowly. Try not to scare the bear. Remember, it is a wild animal. All right, so now I'm going to go back to my worksheet. It says, write 1 or 2 words that can describe the main topic. So grizzly bears is the main topic, but there was words that repeated that I was paying attention to. Some of the words that repeated were wild and animals. Okay, so wild and animals were 2 words that repeated. Now it says to color all the times in the text that these words were used. So I'm going to actually make it 1 phrase because we know that the main topic is a 1 to 3 word short phrase. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to highlight every time that I saw wild animals. So look, I click it, I drag it over. Okay, so I have wild animals. So there's 1. Now I see the word wild again, so I'm going to drag over wild to cover that. Grizzly bears are omnivores. This means they eat plants. They also eat meat. Grizzly bears have sharp teeth. They also have long, sharp claws. They use them to eat fish, deer, and elk. Okay, so no wild or animals in that one. Grizzly bears live in the wild. Oh, all right, so there's wild. Okay, so I'm going to move it over. I'm going to highlight it. These bears prefer to live far away from humans. They need to eat plenty of wild food. Okay, so I see wild again. Okay. They also need space to hunt wild animals. Okay, so I have wild animals here. All right, grizzly bears stay away from cities and towns. They do not want to be hunted. Do we need to worry about grizzly bear attacks? Probably not. Most people will never see a wild grizzly bear. Okay, so here we go. We got wild again. It may attack. They are wild. Okay, so here we go. Wild. And there's Oliver having to go to the bathroom. Okay. People who hike in areas should talk like the swine spirits around. Oliver, hold on. And then I have wild over here. So look at boys and girls. I made sure that I highlighted every time I saw wild. Hold on. Let me let Oliver out. Hold on. Okay. All right. So now I did that part. So now the third part, it says write the main topic of the text. So the main topic of the text is that grizzly bear. So look, I restated my topic. What about my topic is that grizzly bears are wild, okay? And how do I know this is the main topic? I know this is the main topic because what's the clue? The word wild repeats throughout the text. Now, what is paragraph B mostly about? So let me go back to paragraph B. Grizzly bears are omnivores. This means that they eat both plants and animals. They eat roots, berries, and leaves. They also eat meat. Grizzly bears have large, sharp teeth. They also have long, sharp claws. They use them to eat fish, deer, and elk. All right, so paragraph B is mostly about the diet of grizzly bears and how they, not how, what they use to hunt, right? Because we learned that they use their claws, their teeth to eat fish, deer, and elk. All right, hold on, Oliver's back. Hi, buddy. All right, now paragraph C is mostly about grizzly bears live in the wild. They like forests and meadows. These bears prefer to live far away from humans. They need plenty of wild food. They also need space to hunt wild animals. Grizzly bears stay away from cities and towns. They do not want to be hunted, so this is where they live. The habitat of grizzly bears. Okay, and paragraph D. Do we need to worry about grizzly bear attacks? Probably not. Most people will never see a wild grizzly bear. It is best not to surprise a bear. It may attack to protect itself. They are wild, so we cannot predict what they will do. People who hike in areas with grizzly bears should talk loudly while walking. This warns of any bears nearby to move away from humans. So paragraph D is about how to protect yourself from grizzly bears. Okay, so that is our guided practice. Now this is what you're going to do, your independent practice. You're going to do the same thing, but you're going to do it with animal helpers. So I'll read it to you, and then you'll continue to work independently. Dogs are great pets. However, dogs can be much more than pets. Oliver. Guide dogs and service dogs can help some people live their lives. Some guide dogs help people who are blind. These dogs have special training to help their partners. The person tells the dog where to go. The dog guides the person around steps and curbs. This helps the person stay safe. Some guide dogs help people who are deaf. They alert their partners to sounds. For example, the dog can tell its partner when someone knocks on the door or when the phone rings. It can also warn that a car is coming if they are walking outside. A hearing dog is trained to notice sounds. The person watches the dog. The dog tries to get the attention of its partner. Some guide dogs save lives. The body of a person who has type 1 diabetes does not make insulin. Humans need insulin to stay alive. A person with type 1 diabetes takes special medicine. The amount of medicine changes. Guide dogs can help people with type 1 diabetes. The dog knows if the person needs medicine. It knows because it can smell something in the person's sweat. This can save the person's life. Guide dogs are loyal just like pets. However, guide dogs are always working. They have an important job. Their job is helping their partner. All right, so now, boys and girls, replay the video as much as you need to help you reread it and to determine what the answers are to your independent practice. I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.